Imagine standing at the edge of a still pond. You throw a stone and watch the ripples spread. Each wave reacts to the presence of the stone, disrupting the calm water. Now, what if the pond remained still no matter the size of the stone? That stillness, that unwavering calm, can be a powerful force in life. In the noise of our daily lives, where opinions fly like arrows and judgments land like stones in our ponds, the art of not reacting stands out like a serene oasis. It's about holding your ground, not with the stiffness of a tree that snaps in the storm, but with the yielding quiet of water that lets the stone pass through untouched. And this kind of power, the power of not reacting, isn't about inaction. It's about controlled action. It's the difference between a wise master who speaks only when necessary and a novice who speaks just to fill the silence. It's the strength to choose how you respond to the world around you, to not let every passing wind direct your course. In the coming moments, we'll explore how this principle can transform confrontations into opportunities for growth, pressure into performance, and chaos into clarity. So take a deep breath and let's delve into the power of silence, the strategy of stillness, and the might of mindfulness. But before we unveil the secrets of this empowering art, let's consider for a moment how the wisdom of the ages has echoed this very sentiment, and how, even today, it can guide us through the tumult of life's storms. Throughout history, there have been many moments when the tide of events turned not by action, but by the conscious choice to remain still. Let's wind back the clock to ancient times when warriors and philosophers walked the earth. They understood something profound, the power that comes from silence, from waiting, from choosing when to engage. These wise figures knew that the most potent action often comes from the decision to wait, to watch, and to act only when the moment is right. It's like a cat watching a mouse hole, absolutely still but ready to pounce. The cat doesn't react to every rustle of leaves, but only to the true opportunity that presents itself. This ancient wisdom teaches us that patience is not just waiting. It's the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. It's knowing the storm will pass and the sun will shine, but in the meantime, you stand strong, unshaken by the winds of challenge and change. Now, let's bring this concept closer to home. How can this timeless wisdom be applied today in your life, in the office, in your personal relationships? Stay with us as we break down the concept of not reacting into practical steps that you can start using right now to navigate life's battles with grace and strategy. At the core of our journey today is a simple yet profound concept, non-reactivity. But what does it really mean to not react? It's not about lacking emotion or care. It's about control. It's the choice to not let every action around you dictate your response. It's about being the calm eye of the storm where everything is moving chaotically except you. Non-reactivity is like having an invisible shield. Things might hit it, but they can't penetrate it. You see and hear everything, yet you choose what affects you. Imagine hearing a harsh word and feeling it bounce off you, leaving you undisturbed. It's not that you didn't hear it. You simply chose not to let it disturb your peace. This principle is powerful in its simplicity. It tells us that the less we react to negativity, the more peaceful our life will become. It's like walking through a marketplace full of vendors shouting for your attention, but you move forward, undistracted, focused on your goal. You are present, you are aware, but you are not swayed. Now that we understand the principle, how do we put it into practice in the real world? How do we train ourselves to wield this shield of non-reactivity? Stick around as we dive into real-life applications of this principle and how you can use it to navigate through the noise and haste of life. In our personal lives, we're often caught in the web of quick reactions. A friend's offhand comment, a partner's critique, a child's tantrum. Our hearts race, our tempers flare. But what if we stepped back? What if we chose not to react immediately? This is where the magic of non-reactivity can transform our relationship. Imagine someone throws a harsh word at you like a hot coal. If you catch it and throw it back, you both get burned. But if you step aside and let it fall, it loses its power. This doesn't mean you ignore the problem or let people treat you poorly. It means you choose when and how to respond, ideally when you're calm and collected, not when your emotions are high. By not reacting, you give yourself the space to understand the true nature of what's happening. Why did they say that? What's going on with them? You start to see beyond the immediate situation. This space can be the difference between a rash decision that you might regret and a thoughtful response that could strengthen your bond. What non-reactivity isn't just about keeping peace at home. It extends its reach into our professional lives as well. In the next part, we'll explore how staying calm and collected can turn workplace challenges into victories and confrontations into opportunities for career growth. In the professional world, the waters are often more turbulent. Deadlines loom, expectations are high, and the pace is relentless. It's a stage where emotions can run high and stakes are often higher. Embracing non-reactivity here isn't just helpful, it's crucial for success and sanity. Consider this. A meeting goes awry, a project falls short, or a colleague snaps. In these moments, non-reactivity is your invisible armor. It allows you to listen and observe without being drawn into the drama. Instead of firing back a response or making a hasty decision, you pause, you reflect. This pause isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and self-control. By not reacting on the spot, you gain the respect of those around you. You become known as the cool-headed colleague, the leader who doesn't crumble under pressure. This reputation is invaluable. It earns you trust and credibility, which are currency in the professional realm. But non-reactivity is more than just a tool for handling conflict. It's a pathway to personal mastery and mindfulness. As we transition to our next segment, let's delve into how non-reactivity is intertwined with the art of mindfulness and how it can elevate your strategic thinking to new heights. Mindfulness and strategy might seem like two distant shores, but in the sea of life, they're connected by the bridge of non-reactivity. Mindfulness is about being present, fully in the moment, and aware of where we are and what we're doing. It's about not being overly reactive to what's going on around us. Strategy, on the other hand, is about planning, anticipating future moves, and making decisions that lead to success. Reactivity binds these concepts together. It's the pause in a busy day that allows you to take a deep breath. It's the moment of quiet in a heated discussion that helps you listen to the underlying currents. By not reacting, you remain mindful of the present while also keeping an eye on the future. You respond to challenges not out of panic, but from a place of calm foresight. There is strategic patience, this thoughtful consideration. It's about playing the long game. It's knowing that the seeds you plant today with your non-reactive responses will grow into the outcomes you desire tomorrow. It's about creating a space where your mind can find peace amid chaos, allowing for clarity and purposeful action. With the foundation of non-reactivity, mindfulness, and strategic thinking well laid, it's time to turn these principles into practice. In our next segment, we'll explore actionable steps that you can start taking today to harness the power of not reacting, to build your very own shield of tranquility in the rush of life. Now, how do we move from understanding to action? It's one thing to know about non-reactivity and another to live it. Here are some practical tips to help you build this skill in your daily life. First, start with a pause. When a situation arises, take a breath. This simple act can be the buffer that stops a knee-jerk reaction in its tracks. It's like hitting the pause button on a movie. Everything stops for a moment, giving you time to think. Next, practice active listening. It's not just about hearing words, but truly understanding the message behind them. When you listen deeply, you're less likely to respond with haste and more likely to respond with wisdom. Then engage in daily mindfulness. Spend a few minutes each day in quiet reflection. It could be meditation, a walk in nature, or just sitting silently with your thoughts. This habit tunes you into the present and strengthens your non-reactive muscles. And remember, it's okay to express your feelings, but there's a time and a place. By choosing your moments with care, you ensure that your words carry weight and aren't lost in a sea of impulsive reactions. These steps are just the beginning. As you practice non-reactivity, you'll notice a shift not just in how you respond to the world, but in how the world responds to you. Stick with us as we conclude our journey, reflecting on the empowering effects of not reacting and how it can lead to a more harmonious life. As we draw the curtains on our exploration of non-reactivity, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. Non-reactivity isn't about silence. It's about the power of choice. It's the decision to not let every word, action, or event dictate our feelings and reaction. By choosing this path, we gain more than just composure. We gain a sense of empowerment, a command over our inner world that reflects in the outer world. The calm that comes with non-reactivity is not a lake that's never disturbed. It's a river that flows around obstacles, always moving, always adapting, yet always staying true to its course. It's the understanding that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond, and that response can be our strength. As you step out into the world armed with the lessons of non-reactivity, remember that it's a practice. Like any skill, it gets stronger with use. There will be days when it's easier and days when it feels like a challenge. But each day is a new opportunity, a fresh chance to embody the tranquility and strategic patience that we've discussed. As you continue on your journey, remember that you're not alone. If you found value in our time together, if these words have stirred something within you, then join us further. Share your experiences, engage with a community of like-minded individuals, and let's all grow together in the art of living wisely and calmly in a world that often seems anything but. And there we have it, a journey through the art of non-reactivity and the many doors it can open for us. But the journey doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. If today's exploration has sparked a new way of thinking, a curiosity, or even a moment of reflection, then let's keep the momentum going. Become a part of our growing community by hitting the subscribe button. Join us and be the first to dive into more interesting, thought-provoking videos that aim to enlighten, inspire, and empower. Your subscription is more than just a click. It's a step towards a collective journey of growth and understanding. Don't forget to share your stories and insights in the comments below. What does non-reactivity mean to you? How will you apply it in your life? Your experiences could light the path for someone else who's walking this road with us. And if you think this video could help someone you know, share it with them. Spread the knowledge, and let's all learn how to respond to life, not with impulsiveness, but with wisdom, patience, and strategy. Thank you for spending this time with us. Until next time, remember to breathe, pause, and embrace the power of not reacting.